Hello everyone, today we will be discussing the 4 common collector mistakes that we all should stop doing for 2025. So let's begin with the video. My first mistake that I would like to discuss about is going to be to buy unnecessary amounts of Hot Wheels. So this is a mistake that I personally have been doing for a while. I kind of stopped that like last year, but before that I would commonly find myself do this mistake for no reason at all. You know, back then I used to think that quantity over quality is better. Like collect whatever like car is like new to in your eyes and build like a bigger collection. Now I find that completely dumb and stupid because it completely kills your space storage. I have two places to keep my cars now: a shelf and a closet, a full entire closet actually. And because of that, it's just kind of a burden to clean those things up. I have to kind of regularly, not actually regularly, twice after not really twice, but once after 2 months, I have to clean my collection, and it definitely gets a lot messy because I kind of most of my cards are loose, and I kind of have to take out all the individual cards out there and clean the closet, give it a you can say sort of a wash, but not with water, but like a dry wash, and then place all the cards again. It's just a big of a hassle, and I see a lot of collectors actually do this thing. They buy a lot of Hot Wheels to build a bigger collection, and then later on in the future when they want to switch to different brands or anything, they start selling their Hot Wheels cars, which is also another extra thing I would like to discuss about later on. So you just kind of gain nothing in the end. You just uh, end up selling your Hot Wheels cars so that you can move to something else. I see a lot of collectors do that, and for new collectors especially, I think that's a very bad idea. Don't sell their Hot Wheels cars because some of them might hold up in value in the future. What I really mean is, don't sell your cars at an early time because they're gonna hold up a lot of value. For example, this Nissan that I recently wheel swap. This one will definitely kind of lose some value because, well, I just changed the wheels or anything. But this is the first release of the Nissan, a 2019 release. So if you sell like a absolutely new one, like a with the card, it'll probably give you a few, let's say, I don't know, $5 or $6, something like that. I'm not teaching you guys to be a reseller, but yeah, these things might hold up in value in the future, and it's just not wise really to sell their Hot Wheels cars that fast because they have a little bit of some memory. Like this car, I remember found it on the pegs. I was really happy. Like it was in 2019 actually. I found this Nissan, and during that time, new 2019 cases like came out for a while, and then I suddenly found this one out on the pegs randomly. So yeah, I decided to buy it. And it was of course a Nissan. So there goes I discussed 2 things in one topic. So there goes the 2 of the things. Let's move on to the next one, which is about, I believe, probably stop spending too much money over normal cars like these Hot Wheels basics. So this is also another mistake that I did last year. I paid like, I don't know, something like $7 or $10 for one single car. I found myself to do that. I even ended up spending $17 over 4 cars that after buying them, after like buying the 4-pack, I really regretted my decision, and I ended up selling that thing. So it was just, we can say, I got my money back. Yes, I just sold it for the same price, but $1 less. So kind of a, I would say, a waste of time for me, because it's just sometimes better to find things with patience and to look for more sources, because you can find stuff for really good deals. See, a lot of collectors sell a lot of stuff, and you know some tend to sell them in a very stupidly, expensive price and a higher price, or some actually tend to sell them in a reasonable price. I'm talking about online market pages and stuff. So it's better to find the ones that are reasonable to you. Don't like spend too much money over cars that you can actually normally buy later on for a cheaper price. So you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. Sorry about that. And of course, you need to look for more sources. Another cool thing, if you want to get older castings, and if you live in the U.S. or other countries, you can go to flea markets and you can find some good old used stuff. Or sometimes there can be found in the Facebook Market page as well. Sometimes I get my stuff, older stuff there. So that's it for this part. The next topic is about being biased over one specific brand. That means you're just getting stuff from one specific brand and you're just refusing to try stuff from other brands. There's a lot of people who do this, and I'm trying to change that. You see, when you're collecting cars from the same brand, it sometimes gets kind of dull and boring. You just do the same procedures again by, let's just take the case of Hot Wheels. So you just do the same thing over and over again. You buy Hot Wheels main lines each and every year, and that's pretty much your job. You got your premiums, and then you do the same thing again. You just do this, like, buy the same category of cars every year, and it sometimes gets kind of dull and boring. Sure, they get some new models, some interesting lineups, but still, you're just collecting the same thing, basics and the premiums. And in other brands, they do kind of, they don't have much categories than Hot Wheels, but most of their cars, they're in a much of a good quality, and they have a lot of variety. Like Mini GT is a brand that currently in today's diecast market tops out for creating high quality diecast vehicles, and they have a lot of variety. They have a lot of race cars for motorsport enthusiasts. They have a lot of Japanese cars. They have a lot of Euro spec cars. I believe they also feature a few trucks, also a few luxury vehicles like BMWs or those sedan Mercedes. They have a lot of variety, and there's other brands too, like Pop Race or hell, even Tomica. Tomica has a lot of variety to their cars. They feature city vehicles, mostly Japanese, to the high-end supercars and hypercars. They're the one thing that I would like to appreciate about them is that there's like another thing which is almost similar to the Tomica Premium. The Tomica Limited Vintage something Premium. I don't know. I forgot the name, but that one is similar to one of the brands like I would like to compare Tomica Limited Vintage to, I don't know, maybe Mini GT or Tarmac Works, something like that. But yeah, that's not really the point. Tomica Limited Vintage has some great selection of cars as well. They're really detailed, but the price, and as for their price point, they're a bit expensive. So it's just good sometimes to try out new brands. I'm gonna try to do that too this year. I would love to have some Mini GTs. Those things look really cool for photography, and sure, you can just go back to your regular Hot Wheels collecting as well, which I do as too. Another tip I would like to give, this is not really a mistake, is to collect older stuff I would say in a daily basis, like whenever you're out, whenever you're going to buy something online. Like if you don't really have something to buy online, just try out older castings, because they're really fun to collect. They're sometimes really fun to collect. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this segment. So my last point isn't really like a big of a major mistake, but I still want to point it out, is hyping out every single new car that comes out. So whenever let's just take the case for Hot Wheels once again. So whenever a new Hot Wheels gets teased or revealed, a lot of people start taking screenshots of it, and then start to post it all over social media apps like Reddit, especially Instagram, Twitter or X, YouTube, blah blah blah. Then from there, other people do the same. They start to post over groups, to their friend forums, friends group chats, collector group chats. Um, yeah, you're just kind of spreading the like you're just spreading awareness to be excited for a new card that's coming out. But sometimes I just kind of see a lot of people overdo it too much, and then the casting, then suddenly becomes like like a target for scalpers and resellers, because the scalpers will definitely try to scalp the card that is more of a demand than a card that is, well, let's just say, less popular during that time. And this thing pretty much happens for most of the Japanese car releases, because there's a huge JDM fan base in the Hot Wheels industry. So whenever a Japanese car comes out, a lot of people start posting all over social media, and some people decide to hype it up, and then they make the car impossible to get, almost, unless you're paying a reseller a higher price. So this thing, I know it's not gonna get stopped easily, because there's always gonna be scalpers and resellers doing their thing. But this thing kind of makes everybody's collecting experience a bit harder, which I don't really support. But yeah, you can just kind of do whatever you like to do. So that's my take for this segment. Alright, that is the end of the video. I know this video is a bit short compared to my other ones, but that's pretty much it for this topic. I could have actually added more stuff. Like, another tip that I would like to add before kind of ending this video is getting different types of scale models, like trying out different scales like 1.43, 1.24, rather than just collecting 164 scaled, because those provide a lot of enjoyment. I personally like 1.24 scaled model cards. They're really good for photography, and they're cool pieces for display. So definitely recommend trying out other scales. I personally will try to get a few 124 scaled diecast. And for you rich dudes out there, you can try yourself some 1.18s. Good for display as well. And that's it for my video. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next video.